Hallmark's The Way Home is a very touching story featuring 3 generations of strong, independent women from the same family. So the relationship grows, oddly enough, through time travel. Chyler Leigh stars as Kat Landry, so take a look.
I crashed the party at the Cove. No, you know what? I'm glad that I did, because I got to see Dad and you were singing, and I miss that so much.
Me too. I don't know who pushed me, but I should thank them. Last night was a gift that I didn't deserve.
Why didn't you deserve it?
Seeing Colton so hopeful about his future when I know how his future ends. No, 1974 is one and done.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, honey.
Oh my gosh. Before her time-traveling days, she starred in the hit CW series Supergirl right here on Pix 11. But she may be most known for her role as Lexie Grey in Grey's Anatomy. So please welcome to New York Living, Chyler Leigh. Gorgeous. Hello, darling. Great to see you.
Lovely color. Hello.
I love this whole head-to-toe situation.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I thought we'd just bring out the little
Why
ferocity.
not?
I love it.
Especially because it's so cold. Yeah,
It's nice, though. It's brisk. It's a little crispy.
Yeah, just a little.
Crispy, yeah.
That's what I'm going to start calling it from now. It's crispy.
It's crispy.
Well, congratulations on all the things.
Thank you.
Season 3 of this hit show. My goodness gracious, can you give us a little sneak peek beyond what we saw here? What happens?
Yeah, season 3 was really exciting for us because we finally brought Jacob home. And so that for Kat and for Dell, of course, naturally, like mom hearing her son's voice for the first time in over 20 years. That scene was so emotional to film, actually. It was beautiful. Spencer McPherson, who plays Jacob, is just one of the loveliest people on the whole planet. So he's coming back, and now he's trying to adjust to life in 2025 after having just left the early 1800s.
Crazy.
And so he's trying to figure out what that looks like, where his place is now in this time, and then also has Dell kind of thinking in her mind, this is still my baby boy. You know, this is my 8-year-old, and now he's 30-something, and all of a sudden it's a whole new thing. And Kat and Elliot make the decision to move in together because the house becomes a little bit crowded, a little tight. Alice was gone over the summer with her dad for like an internship, and so she comes back with like her hair flowing and her sunnies on, and then she's just like, I love the moment where Kat sees her and says, where's my baby? Like, where did my baby go? And I have older kids, so I get it, like I can understand. So yeah, we're kind of like, it's a whole new world at this point for season 3, and now that huge adventure is seemingly done, because in Way Home fashion, nothing is done. Yeah. But it's now, what do we do? What's next? Right.
Well, we did just see that scene, though, between Kat and her mom. There's a lot of tension going on with them this season. Tell us about it.
There's kind of always tension there.
Some added tension.
Yeah, let's just say varying degrees of tension. They're both such headstrong women, so it's just getting in that dynamic, I think, is always going to kind of be there. You know, it's tough love in a lot of ways, and one towards the other and vice versa. It's again, I think a residing theme is just like who plays what now, what role are we in, and it kind of just, it keeps coming to a head. So you'll find out more and more of like really where that deep tension lies as we go through the season.
What's interesting to me is whenever producers, writers, showrunners use time travel as a vehicle, it's interesting for me as a viewer because we were talking earlier, like, would you want to go ahead? Would you want to go behind? But I wonder for you as an actor, how does that square with you? How do you make those decisions? And are you like, turns out I was a jerk, or whatever?
Right. Well, for me, and as Kat in the show, what I really loved so much was that, you know, going back into the 1800s, it's still 2025 Kat. So when she's there, she's using language that is current and modern language. It's like telling somebody to like, shut up, and they're like, excuse me. You know, it's a totally different dynamic, but that's not going to change Kat. So but it was so much fun being there with all the actors that we have in that time. It's just, they're wonderful. And so we had a blast, like being in the costumes, doing the whole thing. Like it was wonderful. I think for me personally, I don't think I would want to go forward. I think today is enough.
Today is enough.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I
I think I'm good with that.
Well, we were saying we don't want to know how we die.
No.
Yeah.
I just want to see if my parents were really as good as they say they were.
I see. Yes, right. That one time, did I really do that? Oh, I didn't, but I got in trouble for it.
Right.
Yeah.
But your show, though, really fits the themes of Hallmark, like that whole hope and healing kind of theme.
It does, and that's what I think our audience can really know and love and rely on, especially for Hallmark.
Yeah.
It's like you know what you're going to Hallmark for. You're going for that quality. You're going for the feel good. But what I love so much about our show is that nothing is wrapped up in a nice little bow at the end. There's always going to be, you know, something that is just changing and evolving, and there's a bit of danger to it. There's a bit. It's very. If you take the emotions and you just elevate, we've elevated that, I think, for the network, which has been really wonderful, and why I'm just so proud of our show, and being able to come on and do things like this and just share what we're so excited and passionate about with the show is, like, we genuinely love each other and we genuinely love the show, which you know, you don't always get
You
that
don't always
combo.
hear that.
No.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, you don't.
Well, we are glad that you all love each other because it shows on screen. And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course, our
Stay
pleasure.
warm while you're here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. What did you say? Crisp. It's crisp outside.
It's crispy.
It's crispy. New episodes of The Way Home air Friday nights on the Hallmark Channel.